Yo, Jonathan here. If you think back to old school laptops, they really don't make them the same. They were thick in a good way. They packed every single possible in and out you could imagine. And I think the LOQ 15 from Lenovo really kind of brings me back to that place. Before I dive a little bit deeper into this, I quickly want to thank Lenovo and AMD for being such incredible partners and supporting the channel. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. It has been such a long road, and I am by no means at the end of that road, but I think and feel like I'm getting closer. That's a huge part to them and you guys just watching these videos. With that, I think this might be the perfect first gaming laptop, and I want to give one away. For a chance to win, do me a favor and watch this video all the way through, and then drop a comment letting me know what your favorite thing about this laptop was. So this is the LOQ 15, and I think right off the bat, just design-wise, there's a lot that I really like about it, starting with the power button right towards the top. I think those LED lights look super cool. I sometimes feel like a broken record, but I really do love what Lenovo is doing with their trackpad and keyboard. With the trackpad, there's tons of space and room for activities. Tap to click works great. And then with the keyboard, you have 1.3 millimeters of travel, a number pad, which I really appreciate. And more than anything, everything just feels right. Something that you may not notice right away, at least from this angle, is that this computer is currently connected to power. And that's one of the things I really like most about it. On the left side, we have nothing, so it's super minimal. On the right side, however, you have USB-C, a physical webcam slider so you can actually make sure it's slid and turned off, a headphone jack, and then finally a USB-A port. Where it gets cool, I think, is towards the back, and that's where you really get that old school laptop feel. You have power, USB-A, Ethernet, HDMI, and then an additional USB-A port. So the goal with the LOQ 15, first and foremost, it's a gaming laptop. So you're gonna get a good amount of power, but then you're also not going to break the bank and not spend a ton of cash on this. So inside here, you get an AMD Ryzen 7 250 that is paired with 780M graphics, but with that gaming in mind, there's a ton of configurations you can get here, and this specifically also comes with a dedicated GPU, an NVIDIA RTX 5060 with 8 gigs of VRAM. So getting back to why I think that power port placement is so important, this is a gaming laptop, so you're gonna wanna have it plugged in to really maximize the power and get the most out of that GPU. But in this case, having it set up within a desk and not being able to see the power cable or have just an extra mess is really nice. Maybe it's Bill Gates, but I've been spending a lot more time in Windows land, and with that, I've been getting a little more familiar with DaVinci Resolve. Resolve specifically is something that's going to take advantage of GPU power. So if we go over to preferences, we can see in the memory and GPU section, it's gonna automatically pick the dedicated graphics. So in this case, having the 5060 is tremendously helpful. It's no secret that I'm a Final Cut guy through and through, but as I dive a little bit deeper, I've been having fun with that, and I think my next goal from here is to see if I can edit a video from start to finish within DaVinci Resolve on a PC. This is 10-bit color graded footage, and just right off the bat, playback seems to be silky smooth, which is not something I could say I was used to on a PC. From there, hopping out of here and getting more into the cut section. Been doing my homework, figuring out how to ripple, cut, and trim, because that's something I'm used to with Final Cut. But B for blade, blade over here, T for trim, click on that boy, delete, and we did it. So I'm absolutely feeling more comfortable with this, and if there's anything you want to see in my PC DaVinci journey, let me know. Lastly, just to keep things playing here, up in this corner, we can turn the grade off, which is where things kind of get dim, pop it back on, and it's all happening in real time and not skipping a beat. So that 5060, again, I think is really putting in work. So now that we've jumped into a little bit of performance, again, I really do enjoy the design and layout of things, and beyond that cool power button, you do have a little bit of flexibility in terms of the keyboard and RGB lighting within that as well. So we're gonna hop over to Legion Space, which is also a hub where you can purchase games, check out your library, but this is where we actually wanna check out. You have a bit of control over the performance of the computer, so you can hop over from quiet to a balance to performance and really crank things up. Or for those that like to really get in there and tinker, then you have a custom section as well. So at this point, you might as well call me Johnny Tech Tips. Actually, don't call me Johnny Tech Tips. For now, we're gonna head over to balance since we're not going to really get into anything crazy right now. If you do wanna overclock the GPU, you have that option as well. But what I wanna show you is just how you can quickly customize the color of the keyboard lighting. Also, as I continue to dive deeper into this world, at one point I really did enjoy games, so if there's a game you specifically want me to jump into or think that I should, also drop a comment down below. Okay, so with number one, I'm gonna hop over to the keyboard lighting section, which is gonna give you a layout of everything. It is currently set to a wave. You can click on that and then you have a few options from color pulse, smooth, or audio ripple, which is pretty awesome. The last one there is solid. You can change the speed, you can randomize the color or change it to something specific. And then hopping through the other settings, 2 in this case will give you a color pulse with a solid color. Clicking on that gives you the option to, again, customize it to your heart's desire. 3 is gonna be the audio ripple, 4 is going to be smooth, and then 5 is going to be just a solid constant color, which again, you can really get in there to customize to however you want. Or if you just wanna be simple and turn everything off, you can do that as well. One thing I have really enjoyed as well with Lenovo laptops is the Copilot. So I'm gonna quickly, I know I asked you guys, but I'm curious to see what Copilot thinks. Hey dude, what games should a Mac fanboy check out if he's looking to game on a Windows PC? Here's a no-holds-barred list of must-play PC games that'll make you forget all about your MacBook's thermal throttling. Dude, you're taking shots already. Blockbuster experiences, Doom, The Dark Ages, Assassin's Creed Shadows, and then Monster Hunter Wilds. I'll leave it with the question of, why are Lenovo gaming laptops the best? Lenovo gaming laptops have earned their reputation not just for raw specs, but how they're intelligently put together. Lenovo, I think you guys gotta use that as an ad or slogan or something. Again, it's not a secret that I'm a Mac guy, but I do enjoy benchmarks from time to time, so we're gonna quickly run this through the Unigen superposition benchmark. We'll take things up to high just because we can. And the other thing worth mentioning here is that amongst the configurations, you can configure this up to a refresh rate of 165 Hertz. So just like Butterdog, this guy is smooth. In this case, we are ripping and shredding through things consistently over 100 frames per second, just a small dip there. And the other thing that I'll point out is, while we are really pushing this right now, the fans are relatively quiet. I know when I was running through DaVinci Resolve, I couldn't even hear the thing. But even in this case, as we're really kicking it into gear, yes, there is some fan noise because we're pushing it, but it's not loud by any means. So the results are in. The lowest we dipped was 84 frames per second with an average of 101, a max of 132. And I think what's cool here is we were seeing a GPU utilization of nearly 100% throughout the entire time. Again, the combo of the 5060 with that AMD Ryzen 7 250 really pairs well here. And getting back to the whole purpose of that laptop, to give you gaming power but without breaking the bank, I think they're doing a fantastic job here. Again, you pack everything else in, the design, the ports, the layout, the build quality. I think this bigger build actually does help with the cooling and the fans, like I mentioned. The small things like having that webcam being able to physically turn off, again, I think is just a really nice touch, and this kind of really does nail everything Lenovo was going for. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, again, drop a like. I'll drop a link to this if you want to check it out for yourselves. This is Jonathan, and I will catch you guys later.